Welcome to Southwest Florida Real Estate Update, hosted by area realtor Jim York and York Real Estate Group of Downing Fry Realty. Our show will bring you the most up-to-date information about the local real estate market, featuring leading experts in the real estate field.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Southwest Florida Real Estate. I'm Michael York with the York Real Estate Group, and I'm joined today by our host Jim York and his guest Cindy Carroll of Carroll and Carroll Appraisers.
Thank you, Michael, for the introduction. Well, Cindy, thank you for coming back on the show for our quarterly report, or year-end report of 2015. For our viewers that have not seen you before, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am an independent fee appraiser, and I'm with the firm of Carroll and Carroll. My brother and I are partners in that venture, and Ray Carroll, my brother partner, is a commercial appraiser, and I'm a residential appraiser, and we've been in business together 30 years now, and Carroll and Carroll has a few years prior to that, when it was my dad and my brother together.
And I know you're very well respected in the area, and our board does. So maybe just give our viewers a little bit of the input that you give our realtors and our board on figures during the course of the year through our summits and
Well, I'm very fortunate to be a member of the Media Relations Committee at the Board of Realtors. And we, as a group of real estate professionals, are also very fortunate that back in 2007, the Media Relations Committee was formed and began to compile statistics in an effort to assimilate factual information to the public in regards to local market conditions. So now we have 7-8 years of statistics compiled, and we sit monthly and look at these statistics and study the trends that we're seeing in the market.
Yeah, it's very useful. Well, let's start. What did you see in 2015?
Personally, I see a continuing stabilization trend in the single-family home market. And I think, and this is just my opinion, that the coastal communities, many of the coastal communities, have begun to stabilize in terms of value in their single-family residential markets. The old Naples market area, the market area that's west of US 41, from Port Royal north and up and including Naples Park, that geographical area saw a median price increase of 36% between July of 2013 and July of 2014. So looking back, we can see that that really was the time of great growth and recovery in value.
Right.
And since then, the median price has increased year over year, has settled back down to a more typical rate of around 7 or 8% annually.
And are you seeing a lot of new construction in that area where builders are building spec homes? Or?
Yes, there's a lot of new construction in the Old Naples market and in the Moorings and Park Shore area. And it's interesting to track that because in the Old Naples market today, we're seeing a bit of an oversupply of that new spec housing. When you compare the number of active listings, let's say with a year built of 2014 or greater, with the number of sales in the last 12 months, we have well over a year of inventory. The Moorings Park Shore area is slightly oversupplied, not to the same extent as the Old Naples market.
And when you, to clarify for our viewers, oversupply, what's your borderline there or line?
My measure is comparing the number of active listings with the number of sales in the last 12 months in any specific market area. And if the numbers are the same or very similar, we're looking at a balanced market, and I'm measuring it as in 1 year of a supply, signaling a balanced market. So anything significantly less than 1 year of inventory, then we expect values to be trending up. And once you push over 1 year of inventory, you're looking at stabilization, and if you go way beyond, then maybe some erosion in value.
In last September, the last time you were on the show, you said there was some price resistance, you thought, in the Old Naples market, and in Park Shore. Is that still true, do you feel, or not?
I think there's a phenomena occurring where the underlying land value in those geographical areas hit its peak probably maybe a year ago or more. The market tends to have a little bit of inertia in the minds of sellers sometimes, that they feel that the market is continuing to move forward after it really has slowed and stabilized.
Right.
And then I think the result is that we end up with properties sitting on the market for longer periods of time, and we start to see some price reductions necessary then to start seeing sales. And the sales occur at a normal price point, but the anticipation or the expectations of the seller may cause a feeling of loss in value, but
Right.
it's actually a value that was never there.
Right, okay, that's a very interesting point. How about the stock market has been a little rocky here in the first month of the 2016. Really, we're in the month and a half here in the February. So how do you think that's affecting the high-end market?
Stock market has an interesting effect. Certainly, anyone who was needing to pull money out of the stock market at this present time in order to make a purchase investment sees their asset smaller than it was several months ago. But in the Naples area, we also see a trend out of the stock market and into real estate, as real estate can be tracked locally over the last 100 years and looked at an appreciation in a very long-term rate, and a return there in coastal communities is 6 to 8% annually, long term. Of course, the other advantage of the real estate is that if you move your money out of that stock market and you purchase a lovely villa in Old Naples, not only have you made a sound investment in local real estate, you also have a home to enjoy
That's right.
in the meantime.
Right.
So there's kind of a double, or you have an investment property that will turn off some income. So there are double benefits to that.
Okay, Cindy, we're going to take a little short break here, and we're going to be back in 1 minute here. Thank you.
Thinking of buying a home located in a golf course community in the Naples, Marco, Bonita, or Estero, Florida? Here is what Mark Lai, former PGA winner, says about Realtor Michael York of the York Real Estate Group of Downing Fry Realty.
Hi, I'm Mark Lai. If you have any real estate needs in Naples, Florida, the one company to contact is the York Real Estate Group. Also, if you want a golf course property to invest in, Michael York of the York Real Estate Group is the guy to contact. Michael knows every golf course in Naples. I will tell you this, he's been in the golf business for a long time. He's played all the great golf courses down here, and he is an outstanding realtor. I've known him for quite some time, and he's he's got a lot of integrity, and he very much knows his stuff on all the different clubs here in Naples. So the York Real Estate Group is a great place to start. So if you have any time or anybody that wants to visit down here in Naples and look at the options out there, please contact the York Real Estate Group.
Welcome back. Cindy, let's just talk a little bit about inventory levels in different areas, or the total market in general.
Sure, I think that's a good place to start. I'll tell you that based on these statistics that are fresh out of the Board of Realtors, that we've seen a year-over-year increase in inventory market-wide. Now that's condominiums and single-family homes. We've seen an increase of 10%. Now this is important because last month when we were comparing the December 14 to December 15 numbers, we saw an overall increase in inventory of 6%.
Okay.
That was the first time since 2008 that we had seen an increase in inventory. So in December we saw 6%. January numbers now are showing us a 10% increase in inventory. And this is a sign, in my opinion, of this stabilization that's taking place in the market, which is expected at this point in the economic cycle and not unusual at all. And I find it interesting in some categories, price range and geographical areas, just how much the inventory has grown. Now, it's important to note that in the $300,000 and less price range, that's the price range that new construction is not building to. It's the price range that has high demand. That in the single-family home market, that inventory is down 24%.
Okay.
And month after month, we've been seeing that double-digit decrease in inventory in that price range of 20% or more.
Okay.
The corresponding market in the condo sector, that inventory is down only 3%. So we're seeing a little bit of a slower absorption there. But it's primarily the single-family home market under 300 that local, our support system, working families are needing, and it's really not being served.
It's not being served. How about, do you think inventory levels maybe are going up because of all the new construction and new communities?
I think that's very possible and likely. And pointing to that fact is that in the 500 to 1 million price range for single-family homes, year over year, inventory is up 31% in that category. And it's up 31% while the median price is down 1%. And it's that price range that much of the new construction, if you'll find it there.
That's right, you will.
Now, these statistics are coming straight out of the Naples MLS. And while there's a sampling of new construction in these statistics, the bulk of it is not. Exactly. I hear from real estate professionals that some of the builders, developers are again beginning to reach out to the realtor community.
They are.
To draw them into their projects. And that is also a sign to me that we're seeing the single-family market start to settle. Yeah,
because I think, you know, a while back it wasn't as competitive, the new construction. Now I had Dave Wilkinson on last week, county growth manager for Collier County, and there was 43 new subdivisions permitted in 2015.
Isn't that amazing?
So that doesn't count the ones that were, you know, previous years.
Exactly.
So that's what we're seeing ourselves too.
I know that every time I travel through the community, I see new, small infill neighborhoods that I wasn't aware of before. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of competition. And the resale market, of course, competes with that new construction.
Oh, they do.
We know that buyers like to buy new.
Oh,
so
yeah, we do that. It's just the location. That's the only thing that resale maybe has a better location than some of the newer construction.
Exactly.
Okay, and then we were talking a little bit about out towards Ave Maria, west of or east of Naples. What do you think out there? What's going on out there?
One very interesting statistic is the fact that the median price for single-family homes in Ave Maria is up 84% year over year.
It's unbelievable.
It is, from 119 to 219. Now, I am told that Ave Maria is attractive to East Coast residents who find the commute time to be relatively short in exchange for far superior living environment and the price point. Exactly. So as real estate professionals in Collier County, we have to constantly be recognizing the change in demographics, the change in the buyers, and Ave Maria is our first non-coastally connected community. Minto Group has plans to build Rural Lands West, which is just west of Ave Maria, a self-contained community. And it'd be interesting to see where that price point is, and that may bring to our market some sorely needed affordable housing.
Yeah, I was just curious how people are going to get out there, but I guess if it's self-contained, they're just not interested in being in the hustle and bustle of Naples, which really is a small town, hustle and bustle.
Exactly. I think that's the goal eventually.
Right.
Yes.
I think it is. Well, Cindy, we're going to be right back, and what we're going to do is finish up on what's happening or what your ideas are for 2016, okay?
All right.
We'll be right back. Thank you.
Thinking of buying or selling a home in Naples, Marco, Bonita, or Estero, Florida? Think of the most experienced York Real Estate Group associated with the #1 brokerage in Naples, Downing Fry Realty, which produced $1.9 billion in sales in 2014, controlling 43% of all transactions in Naples. Jim, Michael, and Morgan York make up the York Real Estate Group of Downing Fry Realty. With over $250 million in sales transactions, they can offer you the expertise and trust you want and need in a realtor. Call them today at 239-273-6727 or visit their website, www.naplesyorkrealestate.com.
Welcome back, Cindy. Let's talk about 2016. What do you see? I know it's a crystal ball, and you didn't bring it today, but usually you're pretty well on target for doing this. How many years?
30.
I know. So I've been here in Naples 20 years this year, so we've seen a lot, haven't we?
We have seen a lot. We've lived through several cycles. So
That's right.
2016. Well, it's an election year.
Right, it
That's
is.
always a little disturbing to the stock market and the real estate market. I think we're going to continue to see a stabilizing trend in our single family markets. I think we'll continue to, and what I mean by that is that we're going to see supply and demand return to balance. We're going to see the median price increases slow down.
Right.
I think that under $300,000 market is still going to be in a shortage of supply. I think in the condominium market, we may see some value growth that hasn't happened so far, and this may be the year of the condominium, and it may play catch up in value to a great extent. I think that we'll see some of that new construction slow a little bit in terms of price creep as the single family market returns to a balance. And then we've got to get past the election and see where we are.
Do you think when you're saying condos increasing in value, you think it's because of the shortage of the single family? Their alternative will have to be condos because of the price point?
I think that's part of it. That's part of it. But I also think it's because the condo market has not recovered value like the single family market has. So I think it's going to come along.
Okay, and then on new construction, I don't know if you can tell me this or not, but do you see that their pace of price increases will be lower, or do you think they'll be, because usually in communities every time they sell so many homes they put they add something to the thing. Do you think that pace will slow down or not?
I think it's possible or likely that it will as the single-family resale market slows and stabilizes. It's a very careful balance.
Right, it is.
That has to be kept, and the developers, I'm sure, are watching it all the time.
Right. Well, Cindy, thank you for coming on.
You're
and
welcome.
I appreciate it, and to take your time, because I know it's a busy time for you this time of the year, and we really appreciate it. Okay.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.